Sallallahu. We are back here, my brother Ustadh Khalil, and we'll continue the interview. So as we were saying, brother Khalil had went to, I believe, Long Island University.
Originally, I was at Long Island University, CW Post in Long Island. Yeah, and then I transferred to Binghamton University, my second year of college.
Right. Yeah. So you studied
Binghamton University.
Right. And he studied political science, and he transferred to Arabic studies. You said.
Yeah, and then eventually, I almost finished my degree. Then I went to study in Saudi Arabia. Came 1 year to finish up my degree, and I completed both a double major in Arabic and political science. Studied with the well-known Ali Masroor, the famous Muslim political scientist from Mombasa, Kenya.
And that was Ali Missouri?
Ali Masroor.
Right. No, is it true? I understand Ali Missouri's father was a sheikh. Yeah?
He was the Qadi. He was the main scholar in Mombasa.
Mashallah.
Yes.
Wow.
He wanted him to go to study in Azhar, but he went another path.
Right. Yeah, he has some famous books. I have a few of his books myself at home. He did that series on PBS, Channel 13, The Africans, years ago.
Africans to triple heritage. That was his main thesis. He's saying he didn't come up with it. He said Kwame Nkrumah and others had spoken about the three heritages of Africa.
Right. MashaAllah. His brother, he's like I said, he's a very interesting brother, very diverse. But so, what year did you land in Saudi Arabia?
I first started studies in 2000, January in 2000.
Right, and so you went to the Arabic college?
Yes, I went to not the college. There's an institute there, Arabic Language Institute.
Right.
Part of just as college, universities and colleges here, you gotta do a 2-year program in English usually. Similar thing over there.
Right. And let's say, and so I'm sure it increased your understanding of Islam, learning Arabic.
Yes, definitely. It's the key. When I first became Muslim, I went to study the deen, and you can't really study too much with Arabic. Now, alhamdulillah, there's a lot of resources in English, on the internet and all that, but back in the 90s, we didn't have all that.
Right.
And it's not to say you have to study Arabic in order to study the religion, but some scholars take that position though.
Right.
Imam Shafi'i, Taymiyyah, and stuff like that. But you can learn nowadays a lot in English, but you're always only gonna reach a certain level.
Right.
You're never gonna get to a certain higher level if you do not know Arabic.
Right. Any particular imams or da'is, ustads in America who encourage you to want to study overseas?
I don't know if any necessarily encouraged me, but different. I never really had a strong relationship with any different. I know. I remember once in Jersey, I told I remember Abu Muslim said, I look like one of them. He's saying, brothers, I study in Medina. I tell them I want to study Medina and stuff like that.
Right.
And Sheikh Ar-Rashid, he was real helpful to me. We did an interview with Medina before, and I was told I got accepted, but I also got accepted to Qur'an at the same time. And he studied in Qur'an on Basira.org, and Qur'an Sunnah Society of New York. And he, I guess you could say he kind of encouraged me. He was one of my teachers too.
Right.
Before I went overseas.
And during that time, in the 90s, late 90s, did you ever meet them? I know the sheikhs from Jordan used to come, like Salim Halali, Osama Qudsi, people like that.
Yeah, locally they would come and they would also go to other parts of the country. But when they came locally, like Quran Society out in Detroit, I wouldn't go out there. I didn't really have the funds, just young student, to do those kind of things. But I was able to benefit from them. They came to New York and stuff like that in the New York area.
Right.
And I attended their gatherings, but I never really got in, up and close, as you could say.
Right.
Certain brothers got that privilege. I was one of those privileged individuals. Yeah.
And when you get to Saudi Arabia, any particular teachers that you just enjoyed studying with personally? because of their methodology, maybe in teaching, or just their in-depth knowledge?
Well, you gotta understand, Saudi Arabia, a lot of the Arabic program teachers, a lot of them are Sudani. So I benefited from a lot of the Sudani teachers. They're not Saudi. So there was majority of my teachers were Sudani, some Egyptian, and some of them were qualified in teaching Arabic to non-Arab speakers.
Right.
And there's one imam. One teacher, Imam Barakat. Ustadh Barakat. He was one of them who taught us. He's now passed. A lot of them passed.
Right.
Imam. Ustadh Ja'far, and he's taught all of us that went to Qura at that time. Talking about Musa Richardson, Masjid Ar-Rashid, Shakil Humayun. He taught all of us. And asking those older brothers that were there at that time, they'll tell you about Ustadh Barakat.
Right, Ustadh Barakat.
Yeah, he was one of the ones. And you had Alamin Hajj. He's a sheikh, actually, a Maliki Alim from Sudan.
Right.
He teaches in the Mahad. So
right.
He's yeah.
I noticed since I've known you, you kind of, maybe I'm wrong, but you kind of, I wouldn't say you push madhab, but you really believe that people, I think, should learn from a particular madhab because it instills discipline in the student. And
no doubt. Definitely I believe that is the correct way to study fiqh and to go into higher levels of fiqh. As I said before about Arabic, you can't really go into higher levels of fiqh.
Right.
This is, we talk about udkhul buyuta min abwabiha, enter the houses through their doors. And so this is how, and we speak about following the way of the Salaf and those of the past. And it's not only the Salaf, but we follow the tradition of the ulama throughout the ages.
Yeah.
And this was what was known is that you learned it through this way. And so, and the issue also of making tarjih is a big issue of, weighing the evidences where nobody's really qualified to do that.
Right.
And so we should try to learn to this way, especially in the beginning stages.
Right.
And then maybe one day become a mujtahid, madhab or something like that. We strive to be a mujtahid.
Right.
And and we could weigh the evidences ourselves. Or Allahu Alam, if we, at least in terms of within inside the madhab.
Right. Now, if you was to encourage, say the Hanbali madhab, is any books in English that you would say the beginners should study? Maybe study with a Ustadh, but
yeah, I was definitely first of all to study. So that's number one. Our deen is we learn our deen with talaqqi from sheikh to sheikh.
Right.
And we learn not necessarily in the books. That's not necessarily where we get
right.
the knowledge from. I would say to go to we have, alhamdulillah, we have books now, like we have 100 questions which is translated by Sheikh Joe Bradford. It's like 100 essential fiqh questions, something to that effect is the title. Translated, and that book, and we have also Bidayat al-Abid, which is commencement of the worshipper. We have the explanation online, at least part of it, by Sheikh John Starling. And those are some of the more
What about the Zad Mustaqni?
Mustaqni is, I would say in English, that may be a little bit more advanced. But, in Arabic, that's more considered a beginner text, but it's kind of like a higher beginner text.
Right.
And if you can do it, I would say, if you're able to get the opportunity, whatever opportunity really, if you can get, we have, brothers on a Philly teaching Zad Mustaqni.
Right.
Alhamdulillah. Right. We got, Sheikh Ali Davis teaching, and he's online, and you could go to a class. If you could take the class online, but I would really discourage people just open a book and kind of, just swing it yourself. We have a saying in Arabic that says, whoever sheikh's book, then his errors will be more than where he's correct.
Right.
You see, so we have that. So Zad Mustaqni is an excellent book, and there's a lot of masail, a lot of issues being dealt with. We also have a class right now. Somebody wants to join Facebook. The Hanbali Madhab is called.
MashaAllah.
This is run by Sheikh John Trento, who's originally from New York. And I don't remember added you to it the other day.
Yeah, right.
So, that one there, we could, and they actually advertise a class that's going to be held Dalil al-Talib and some of the. And Dalil al-Talib is a good book in terms of how it's organized
mashallah.
and the issues. And Zad al-Mustaqni is good in the sense that it has a lot of masail, issues being dealt with there, but it's not really well organized.
Right. Yeah. They also have Dr. Hatem Hajj has a book by Ibn Qudama.
Yes, Ibn Qudama. We have Umdatul Fiqh
Right.
by Ibn Qudama al-Maqdisi.
Right.
Muwaffaq al-Muwaffaq. So we have this book that one there has but all these books you see you have the fiqh al-ibadat, just the worship, which is good, but you want to go into fiqh, you want to know all of the fiqh,
right,
of everything, nikah, right, marriage, divorce, hudud, and you got to study all that really.
Right.
Some of these books don't have that. I just bought the other day, but it's very expensive.
Right.
We have Sheikhuna Sheikh Salih Fawzan's sharh, explanation of Zad al-Mustaqni.
Right.
That's very expensive. I told you about.
Yeah, I have actually I have 2 sets of it. I have the first set that I don't know what company did the first one. They have a new set. I think this one's gonna come out in like 3 volumes when it's done. But it's, like you said, it's very expensive.
I had it all in one volume.
Right. Actually, yeah, the one I got. Yeah. Actually,
You sure you're talking about Zad al-Mustaqni? He's got his own.
yeah. Actually, I have is it a brown type of?
The one by Egypt, by Dar Manara. That's his own book, which is based upon Zad al-Mustaqni.
Okay.
Actually, I think of Rawd al-Murbi', which is explanations.
Right. Could be wrong. Yeah. I know I have 2 different sets.
Mulakhas al-Fiqhi, you mean?
It's supposed to say Zad al-Mustaqni. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Not Mulakhas al-Fiqhi?
No.
I didn't know. You have to show
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. I'll show you next week, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yeah. And what about any Shafi books? Any Shafi introduction books you would recommend?
There's some books. Mufti Musa Ferber, he's benefited he's a Shafi, but he's benefited also the Hanbali Madhab, and he's translated some books and stuff like that.
Right.
And he also has some good translations in the Shafi'i fiqh.
Right.
He translates the title, but the original title is we have what is it, the Rasail al-Jami'. I forgot which. You just look online in his books, you'll see his books. This is one of the books that come out of Hadramaut. And alhamdulillah, I studied this book as well.
Wow.
Some of the Shafi'is in Saudi, Al-Ahsa, and Sheikhuna Ahmed Al-Arfaj. Studied this book with him. And I also studied, this is one of the introductory books. Right, and then we have As-Safinatu Najah. Right, they may have translated some other name, but if you look at Musa Ferber, if you look at, he'll translate it. He has his own translation for it, but this is the original term in Arabic, which is like the ship, the saved ship or something like that, of salvation, the ship of Noah. I don't know what he translated as, but you can find his book. He's translated that, I believe. It's out there in the market, and there's also there's a lot of, as far as beginner, I've got Umdatul Salik,
right,
is out there. Sheikh Keller, this is but this is more of intermediate.
Right.
Somebody study that with the Sheikh, Umdatul Salik.
Right.
This is some of the stuff that's out. We also have in English we've got Ibn Abi Zayd.
Oh, Qarwan, yeah.
No, Ibn Abi, I'm sorry, Abi Shuja'.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
Abi Shuja', Matan Abi Shuja', Taqrib, Matan Taqrib.
Right.
This one, I believe it's translated.
Yeah, it's translated. I've seen it. Yeah, online and stuff.
Yeah, this is a more comprehensive introductory book.
Right.
And study parts of that with Sheikh Asam Al-Khatib, and we did the Tahara, and we did the Salah, Kitab al-Tahara, Kitab al-Salah.
So you studied a lot of fiqh books. Not to switch the subject, but what about Aqidah, basic Aqidah, some Aqidah books for the English?
Yeah, basically, some of the smaller books, but Sheikh Muhammad Abdul Wahab has some good small books like Thalathatul Usul, the 3 principles, Kashf Shubahat, removal of doubt, these smaller ones, and we've got also Aqidat al-Wasatiyah, Al-Aqidat al-Wasatiyah, Sheikh Islam Ibn Taymiyyah. We have also Muwaffaq Ibn Qudama again, once again.
Right.
Spoke about him in fiqh. He
Right.
has his book Lum'atul I'tiqad. Brother from Queens had translated originally.
Yeah.
Arkan, Ismail Arkan, I don't know if there's any other translation.
Right.
Or if you can still find that translation out there. But that's of course some of these sometimes they translate it on the names, I don't know, but
Right.
this is, you can find that in English.
Right.
If not in a bookstore, you can find it in the online. Study with Sheikh too, this is the Aqidah
Right.
of the Salaf. This is the Aqidah al-Athariya. You might differ with some of the groups of Kalam. This is Ash'ara and the Maturidiyya.
Right.
But we yeah.
What about Sarah books? Sorry for the any Sarah books that you.
Well, we have Ibn Hisham. Our car is there. Sorry. Yeah, we have Ibn Hisham, which is translated into English, is the main one.
Right.
Everything else in Sira is based upon this.
Right.
We have very good books. We have, Rahiq al-Makhtoum by Shaykhana, Safi al-Rahman al-Barakpuri.
Have you ever studied Fiqh Sarah by Saad Rahman Bhuti's Fiqh Sarah book?
By who?
Saad Rahman Bhuti is Fiqh Sarah. A lot of people like.
Barakpuri?
Saad Rahman Bhuti. He was Mufti of Syria, the one who had Bhuti. Ramadan Bhuti, right? So,
He has a book on
Fiqh Sarah, a lot of people like. A lot of.
Sira? Are
Yeah.
you sure he did? I thought Al-Ghazali had Fiqh Sira.
No, he does too, but Rahman Bhuti has one. Also in English, it's been translated now. Yeah. Both of them have. Both of theirs is called Fiqh Sarah, though. Yeah. Yeah.
Sheikh, Sheikh I forgot the name right now. But there's a Syrian Sheikh, Abu Ghudda. Sheikh Abu Ghudda, he has a good book on Sira too.
Okay, Abu Ghudda. Okay.
And then,
Right.
and he has anything you could get your hands on in Sira really is beneficial.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say one is better than the other.
Right.
But anything you get your hand on in a class or something.
Right.
Alhamdulillah, we studied Ibn Ishaq, which Ibn Hisham is based upon in the seminary.
Right.
We also studied. I studied Qura, and Nadawi's Sira.
Okay.
And we did. There was Sheikh, one of my sheikhs from Morocco. We did the Abdul Ghani al-Maqdisi Sira.
Right.
There's one book that's one subject I would like to teach.
MashaAllah.
Sira.
Right. I know we have to, family's waiting for you, but one more question. I understand next week you'll be in Peekskill, New York, and you'll be doing the Shamil Eternity. What will Shamil Eternity? My fault. Forgive me. You'll be doing the Shamil Eternity. And that'll be in Peekskill, Masjid Tawheed, 103 North Division, Peekskill, New York, 10566. We've got GPS. That'll be 2 to 7. But what is this book about for those who will be attending this seminar next week?
Yeah, well, we have the Sira, and but part of the Sira really comes from Al-Maghazi, which are the wars and stuff of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And in a way, you could learn a lot about the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But then there's this other genre, you could say, or ilm or knowledge known as Shama'il. And I think one of the first ones to write about it was Tirmidhi, one of the most popular till today, where he talks about the how did the Prophet Muhammad look, how did he eat, how did he act, and you get into real details about the Prophet Muhammad where it kind of complements the Sirah. Some even call it Sirah, but it's really it kind of complements,
right?
And more so up close and personal.
Right.
And the Sirah in a sense. Sirah studies. Some people I remember studying. I studied in foreign exchange student studying Albert Hurani. Non-Muslim university was studying out there, and it was talking about he was pretty much a Sirah.
Right.
Was it Albert Hurani? I forgot his name. His first
name.
Albert,
Albert, right?
Albert, two
right.
Huranis. His one
okay.
deals with
right.
The one that I had. I think Albert Hurani's.
I think it was Christian, right? Actually, yeah.
But the Hurani, he has like a Sirah. It's pretty much like Sirah. And I remember the students coming out of class like, what is it? It's like all about battles, and
right.
it kind of felt like empty, studying the Sirah.
Right.
Even though, we're studying from a non-Muslim perspective, but still it's kind of like we didn't really get what we wanted to get out of it. And so some people might get that too when they study the seerah. Allahu alam, but like I said, this kind of complements, and you learn how he lived and how he practiced what he how he dealt with his family, and this is and a lot of people that really practice the way of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his sunnah. You see them haris, or really diligent about studying this book,
right,
and learning these different things.
Right. Alhamdulillah. So
then other people wrote about this subject and topic, but this is the most famous.
Right.
Alhamdulillah, it's been translated into English.
Right.
As I told you just the other day, there's a new translation, and it will continually be translated and taught. And I first studied this in Nashville, Tennessee.
MashaAllah.
Alhamdulillah.
So we're going to close out here. So next week, Pisco, New York, 103 North Division Street. If you have your GPS, the zip code is 10566, and I'll be from 2 to 7 p.m. Ustadh Khalil, Danny, Puerto Rico, will do the Shamel. The candy. The candy. They do the Shamel Eternity. So for 2 to 7, come on out. We invite you all. It's a $10 donation for the workshop, and all the proceeds goes to keep our Deen intentions going. So I'd like to say Assalamu alaikum, and inshallah, we hope to see you next week. Have a good day, everybody. Channel 42, Westchester's only Islamic station. Yeah, brother. Thank you.